What is going on YouTube? GCal Games here, and today we're back with another video. And on this video we have things that are quite a bit different. As you guys probably know, the format of this video is a little bit different than what I'm used to. Most of the times I have my face cam, I have like a little board and everything, but this video is being recorded later in the same day, but it's recording really late. So like, please just accept this video. There's no camera. The editing, there's barely any editing, but I'm just trying to get this out for you guys because we just got some brand new news regarding Marvel games. Yes, Marvel games and NetherRealms Studios. So about yesterday, 2 days ago, around that, a rumor started that there is a new Marvel game in the works made by NetherRealms Studios. So if you guys are excited and want to know everything about these news, please consider subscribing to the channel. I know I upload a lot of Roblox videos and those type of games, but I'm trying to do my best to bring in some more content that's different from what I usually do, such as with Injustice, Marvel's Avengers, and other gaming or news, I guess you guys could say. But anyways, let's get into the topic of this video, which is, as I said, Marvel might be doing a game with NetherRealms. So for those who don't know, NetherRealms Studios is the creator of the Mortal Kombat and the Injustice franchise. Both are ginormous fighting games. You got Mortal Kombat, which has been going on for years and years and years, and the latest one, Mortal Kombat 11, is just super good, and the game still lives on even though it's about 2 years old now. So they know how to do a really good game. And the Injustice franchise, I doubt you haven't played it yet. They made Injustice Gods Among Us, and then recently Injustice 2, which was just an amazing game overall. It was just perfect. NetherRealms really know what they're doing when it comes to their video games and their fighting games. So about like 2 to 3 days ago, as I said, they did release a statement saying, they didn't release a statement, but a rumor started going around that we were supposed to get a Marvel game made by NetherRealms. And a while ago, if you guys do remember, there was an interview with Ed Boon, and in their interview, one of the questions was, have you ever talked to Marvel about making a game? And as soon as the guy asked the question, Ed Boon already answered yes, like super quickly. It was even funny, but at the time he wasn't really allowed to say anything, so he simply just said yes, yes, I would love to see that. And in that same statement, he also states that he mentions, should I say, he mentions Marvel versus DC. He said that he would love to see a Marvel fighting game or a Marvel versus DC game. You guys are seeing the clip of it right now.
In conversation with Marvel about making a fighting game?
Yes.
What? When?
I did, but I probably shouldn't talk about it.
Are you excited about that idea?
Oh God, yes. We would love to make like a Marvel fighting game or Marvel versus DC. I think would be the coolest.
So it's been 2 years since MK11 released, and NetherRealms has a release schedule of 2 in 2 years, if you guys don't know. So Mortal Kombat X released in 2015, then Injustice 2 released in 2017, then Mortal Kombat 11 came out in 2019. A lot of people are speculating that this year we're going to get Injustice 3. I was one of them. If you guys scroll back a lot into my channel, you'll see that I made an Injustice roster prediction. I might do an updated version soon, I don't know. Comment down below, would you guys like to see an updated version of that? But anyways, let's keep going with the topic of this video. But we could be wrong. What if the topic of this year, let's say, because we're supposed to get something this year. I don't expect a game because of everything that happened last year, but maybe a trailer. I would expect maybe the Marvel game, because Injustice 3 might still be far away as much as we wanted it, like as much as you want him. So for those who don't know, usually, or back then, Activision had the rights to Marvel games, and they used to publish games correlating to movies. So like Spider-Man of the Andrew Garfield trilogy or sequence, whatever you want to call it. I'm pretty sure you only had 2 movies, but they would release games focused in those movies. So those games obviously wouldn't blown up because those are games made for movies, and that's it. Then recently, when the contract ended, Marvel was able to make better games now, which we saw with Marvel Spider-Man for the PS4, which was a hit game. And after that, I do believe that Marvel is trying to hit for the AAA titles. Both Injustice and Mortal Kombat franchises have amazing story modes. That's what stands them out from other fighting games such as Street Fighters and Tekken and all those other genres. What sticks out is the fact that Injustice and Mortal Kombat have amazing story modes. They really know how to tell the story, the characters, everything, the way they integrate like what side you pick or the characters fighting in battle. The cutscenes are like so fantastic for a video game. It's honestly amazing. If you haven't played Injustice or Mortal Kombat, just go ahead and do yourself a favor and go play those, because just for the campaign itself, it's truly amazing. I believe I did the Injustice 2 campaign, and I'm honestly a person who, first of all, barely likes campaign. I mean, I like it, but it has to be a certain game. Most games I don't like to do campaign just because it's kind of boring unless I have to unlock a character or it's a really good campaign. I won't really do it. But Injustice 2 was different. I believe I did the campaign about 2 to 3 times. All those times I had a bunch of fun because it's just so good every now and then, just going back, redoing the campaign. I believe like a month ago I did that. Out of nowhere, just came back and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do Injustice 2 campaign. Mortal Kombat, on the other hand, I haven't done it yet, but I plan on doing the campaign for that. But again, NetherRealm Studios just does an amazing job with the campaign in those games. The graphics, even though it's a game from 2017, still stays top tier to this day. It's super amazing, those graphics that they use for the cutscenes. Now, I just want to make one thing clear, that this is just a rumor, nothing is confirmed. I do not want to pass false information for you guys, so don't go ahead and be like, oh, Gico Games said that there is a Marvel game confirmed. No, I never said that. I'm just spreading the news of a rumor that is coming around, and I strongly believe in this rumor due to the fact that Ed Boon has said himself that he apparently was talking to Marvel, and then now that we have this rumor coming around again, and all this info and the timeline matches up, so I don't see why not a Marvel game. And one thing that we gotta remember, one thing that we gotta remember is that Warner Bros. Own the rights for Injustice and everything alongside NetherRealms. Now you might be thinking, how could they do a Marvel vs. DC game if they don't own the rights of Marvel, Disney? You guys know all that stuff. But if you guys look back, you will know that Warner Bros. Actually does have the rights for Marvel on the Lego Marvel franchise, because all the Lego games are made by Warner Bros. Which means technically they do have kind of the rights of Marvel characters. I bet if they went up to Disney or something, they could try to convince them to make an Injustice game styled with Marvel characters. Now, this is very interesting that I would like to think about, because I have mixed feelings about this. At the same time that I would like an Injustice versus Marvel game, at the same time I would not want that, because we never actually got a Marvel fighting game like that, except Marvel vs. Capcom. I know there was probably some older ones that I don't have it in my head right now, but I'll talk about new gen like PS4 and PS5. We didn't have any of those except Marvel vs. Capcom. Marvel never had a fighting game which is only their characters. Do you see what I mean? It's like Marvel vs. Capcom. It's not just Marvel. Personally, I would really want NetherRealms to design Marvel separate game first, then maybe in the future a Marvel vs. DC, because DC had both of their games, which was amazing. I think Marvel should have a chance to shine and have their own amazing game, just like Injustice, a 2D fighter. Characters are amazing, a bunch of customization. That's something that Marvel Avengers is wrong. I know a lot of people hate on it, but it is still a fun game for me. But Marvel Avengers, when you got new gears and everything, it wouldn't change anything about your outfit. A lot of people are pissed off about that. When you go look at Injustice, every single gear detail changes your character, which is so cool. On the other hand, Marvel Avengers failed at that. So I really hope that this game made by NetherRealms will have this sort of customization, which I strongly believe it will, since Mortal Kombat and Injustice both have this insane level of customization. I do believe that we will get a solo Marvel game at first, just the fact that it will be kind of easier than trying to get Marvel and DC. So I do believe that first it will be a solo Marvel game, then maybe in the future we'll get a Marvel versus DC. But honestly, I'm just super excited for this project because it seems like it's going on the right pace. I mean, in my opinion, I would love to see a Marvel game like that, since I want to see more Marvel games that are not the generic like superhero story type game where when you're done there's nothing to do. Like Spider-Man, for example, you really don't go back on it unless you want to swing for a little bit or take some camera on photo mode, like some pictures in photo mode. There's really nothing to do after you're done with the campaign. So I really want a game where you can actually do stuff with the campaign. Marvel Avengers, I know I hyped up the game so much with the videos here on my channel, predictions, characters, DLC, everything. I was hyped for the game. I thought the game was gonna be amazing. Turns out when the game released, honestly wasn't that good. The game just lacked of content. The enemies were repetitive. Everything, it just got boring. Like every now and then I'll hop back on it and have tons of fun with my friends. But that's for like 2 hours or 3. After that, I'm done for like a month. because the game gets repetitive. You're just destroying the robots, no type of enemies. The only two boss fights were Taskmaster and Maestro, or Abomination too. And then Maestro comes out. He literally has the same moveset as Abomination. But I'm not gonna get far into deep over here. If you guys want me to bring a video covering everything that Marvel Avengers did wrong, I will bring a video here for you guys about that. But that's a topic for another video. But I want to hear your opinion with that. Now it's your time to share in the comments down below. Do you think Marvel vs. DC game would come first, or just a solo Marvel Injustice type game? Which one would you like to see more made by NetherRealms Studios? I really got my hopes up for NetherRealms Studio, and I just do believe they can do a very good job. Do you guys believe this rumor? Do you think it's fake? Do you not think it's fake? Do you think Injustice 3 might come out first? I don't know, guys, but I really can't share my opinion right now, but I do hope you guys understand. Also, if you guys are new to this channel, please consider subscribing. Again, as I said, I do mainly post Roblox content, but I'm trying to shift the channel a little bit over to like Mortal Kombat, Injustice, and all those other games, since I do want to talk about literally everything. So just hold on tight, and I will make content for y'all who are interested in these type of games. But don't forget to join my Discord, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see all of you guys next time. Peace.